Yo, this full moon is a deep psychological exploration on what you're here to celebrate. Really starting off in a nakshatra called Ashlesha, the coiled snake, okay? Who entwines, who embraces the impulsive struggles that they've had with being overly sensitive or not being sensitive enough to your environment by respecting what needs to get cut away with a flaming sword, and how to cut those things away while still maintaining your charm. And that's the opposite of the moon, which is going to be in a nakshatra called Dhanishta, the wealthy one. And what makes us wealthy is our natural born assets, the things that we don't need to gain in the material world, but need to recognize in the physical as a skill, as something we abundantly hold dear to us, and really recognize that it's important. And what I mean when I say hold something dear to us, I'm talking about social charm. I'm talking about being enthusiastic about the progress you've already made. This full moon is, like all full moons, a release and a celebration. But it's a special celebration because now the opposite of the moon for the full moon in Leo is going to be Aquarius, where all of our gains happen. Okay, it's where the mass dream that we've been dreaming comes true. It's the star card energy and tarot. And so when we see the star card, we get excited, right? And you should feel the same way about this full moon. However, the excitement is going to be full of a lot of hidden information and knowledge within your physical body as well as within your identity. And we're going to find the most important aspect of this full moon in Leo is going to be the square with Uranus. And so our worth, our identity, the things that we're attached to, there's going to be a tremendous karmic burning. And let's get a little bit deeper into the psychological exploration of what are we celebrating? What is this symphony 222 on screen that is allowing us to move forward? Drop 222 on screen if you were here for this moment. And let's dig a little deeper. Okay, so we dig a little bit deeper. I can't make this up. There's a snake right in front of me, and I was like, oh, and I paused, and I knew there were snakes already over here, but there was a much bigger snake. I just saw a baby snake, and I'm like, oh my God. So under the structure, okay, I gotta show you for this full moon. See a little hole right there? Little baby snake popped his head out. And back there, over there, there's another big daddy snake, which I saw 3-4 days ago. And it's like, this is Ashlesha. I got this message a while ago that all the Aquarius energies are waking up. They are shining. They're taking their occult knowledge and they're starting to publicize it. And they like to hide a lot. And this is Ashlesha, just a coiled snake when it decides to uncoil. So a lot of this full moon is going to be showing us with this full moon in Leo how we are allowing our creative expression, as well as what makes us bright, what makes us radiant internally, things that we hold very, very dear to our heart, is actually starting to present itself into the world. It's starting to say, look, I deserve attention for this because I've been, really keeping this close to me for a reason. I've been keeping this energy, this sexual expression of mine to create, to explore, to be passionate while Mars has been retrograde, okay, in Leo, in Mars and Cancer retrograded. It's really here to show us what is the wisdom of, taking our time with our sensitivities and understand, okay, why am I overly sensitive about this? Oh, what? I'm oversensitive about this because it means a lot to me. Like, it's important. I'm not overreacting in certain situations because I want to control another person. And then sometimes I am doing that, but it's usually about a defense mechanism. It's not about how I want to be in the world. I understand where I'm toxic. I understand that, the environments that I create is always not the most conducive for where I want to be and how I want to get there and how I want to celebrate. I get that. What I'm trying to do is focus on, what's bright, what's light. I'm trying to focus on what's positive. And that's what a lot of this full moon wants us to do. It wants us to really focus on what is positive in our life. What have we obtained? What have we obtained as for an understanding and a conscious awareness about what we've already had? And how can we take more time to celebrate what we already have by cutting away parts of the identity where we have socially conditioned ourselves, especially through familiar, objects, familiar foods, familiar religious implications and forms of control over our creative expression. All of these things, I gotta make sure I check. This snake not coming nowhere near me though, on some real talk, because I can't even lie to you. I've been a little bit scared because there's been a lot of snakes here. And so it's kind of crazy, right? But I think I'm good. Okay, so here's the thing. Ashlesha, or the full moon in Leo, has an uncanny ability to sense danger. It shines lights. Think about it. The moon in Leo is ruled by the 12th house. And so what's the 12th house? Okay, it's these irrational fears. And so what does the sun do? Or Leo being the sun energy, it shines light. Now the thing is, the particular part of the sky in Ashlesha is in, I put it on screen, it's in Mercury. And so this is about the psychological exploration that I talked about in the beginning of the video, shining light on the psychological implications as we continue to explore the hidden aspects of what we consider dangerous. Now, what we consider dangerous is two major things. One, the opposition to Dhanishta, or the sun in Aquarius, which is about, we consider our biggest and wildest aspirations and dreams, okay, and as well as the networks that make the most sense to us. It's like, okay, look, if I'm a musician and I love to play the flute or the drum, which is actually the symbols of this sun in Aquarius, okay, to celebrate, as a tool to celebrate, as a tool to bring our communities together with positive energy. If I'm a musician, but I spend all my time and energy in AA class with alcoholics, or rehabilitating drug addicts, it's like I'm in the wrong community, I'm in the wrong group. And that's the real danger that we are sensing. We're sensing the wrong communities, the wrong elements that are present in our life that actually don't exist towards where we're going, and they exist towards the traditions that we've been programmed to adopt and give a lot of attention to. That's the danger. Now, the other thing is the moon is squaring Uranus. So this is the emotional instability that we're going through. This is the oversensitive energy of, okay, the high consciousness within me, the godly version, the divine being that, is a part of my actual true identity, not the identity I've been assigned. Snake check. Okay, great. Nobody. The danger that I'm sensing is I need to actually walk, and more, not just walk, but like ambitiously drive myself towards this, cut through anything that is stopping me from being, unadulterated, unfiltered, and true within my being, true within my excitement, true within my joy. And I'm not, there's a part of me that understands I'm not being honest. And this full moon in Leo is like, look, you must have dignity, honor, with a certain sense of emotional honesty on, what, this fear that I've had, this psychological danger that Mercury is bringing me is exactly that. It's irrational. Okay. And so what we must understand is Kritika, which is Uranus in Aries in Vedic astrology, or Uranus in Taurus. Kritika wants to cut away from everything that is false, everything that is not allowing our action to meet a certain depth of conviction and understand, look, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be surrounded by friends and communities and people and loved ones that extend my life, that provide longevity, right? Community is one of the blue zone requirements of an environment, right? So Uranus and Taurus, our physical environment, Taurus, all right, that my high mind is telling me to be a part of, is one of harmony. So one of harmony, one of stability, one of safety, one of security, is one that actually keeps me alive long, but not just keeps me alive, keeps me flourishing in all of the beauties of life. And this is that Venetian energy, all right, that's happening during this moon. Now, the Venetian energy is coming from a couple of things, right? So in the Vedic astrology, we look at the chart. One, the sun is in Capricorn at 29 degrees, which is already, this degree of suffering, or this ecliptic degree that, final endings come to a closure. And so this is what's phenomenal. It's incredible. It's in Purva Bhadrapada, but it has two different things happening. One, it's in this pada of Venus. And so it literally wants us to find social justice and harmony in the things that we have. Now, second, the Mars is in Purnuvasu. Now, Purnuvasu is a Jupiterian ruled sign, yet it's also in the pada of Venus. So Jupiter and Venus, what happens? Okay, we have great abundance. We have massive joy in our relationships and our connections. And it's the wisdom that we gain from our connections and the way in which we talk to these people that we're, some way intimately intertwined with, They give us a certain sense of knowledge and wisdom and a certain sense of security in the preparation and the time that we spent in the enduring nature of that relationship, right? As we mother these relationships that matter, these communities that matter, these outlets that matter, okay, we can prepare for something in the future that we didn't have to now meet exactly then, now. And that's the action that we're taking. That's the fear that we have on this full moon in Cancer. So, do take notice that right now the snake is uncoiling. Oh crap, I see his head. I see his head again. That I can't even lie. Like my heart's like, but again, like that snake is uncoiling. I can't. It's hard for me to stop looking at it because I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to die, bro. I ain't trying to die. All right. Even though I don't think I'm going to die, but it's also for me in this moment to like tap into what is this irrational fear that I've had of snakes. I've had a fear of snakes since like a child. Like I used to see snakes in my garden and I used to be afraid of it. And part of it is me understanding like I have this Ashlesha energy in my chart. So it's like, what part of myself am I afraid of? And so these are the things that the full moon wants us to and if I was to just say something like boom right off the spot impulsively, I would say this whole video was about checking in our impulses and knowing when to speak and when not to speak, when to keep things hidden, when to keep things when to bring things out in the public. And so it's like, this is one that I'm going to digest myself and understand, okay, what is this? Let's take a real inventory on that. And that's a part of what this full moon wants us to do. It wants us to understand the maturation that we've had with our impulses and understand that, what's worth building is worth waiting for. It's worth appreciating instead of only putting things out there before it has time to mature. And that's that Jupiter Venus in combination. So let's check in with all 12 signs and see what this means for you as an individual. And I want to say thank you for being here so far. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. If you made it to this point in the video, I want you to drop a snake down in the chat saying that, you are uncoiling your sexual energy. You're unraveling that coiled snake energy, your kundalini, and you're rising up the spine with the breath. And you're taking a silent, calmer breath. You're noticing your shoulders relax. You're noticing your jaw relax. You start listening to the birds. You listen to the environment. And you allow it to bring you harmony. And let's tap in for all 12 zodiac signs. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. If you're brand new, subscribe if you consider it. And drop that snake emoji letting me know you support the channel. Love you. Aries. On this full moon, you're in a process of understanding your dream has come true when it comes to the relationships and the romances in your life. It's like, yo, can you take the time to actually spend a little bit of privacy with your romantic partner and not publicize certain things about your romantic relationship and just enjoy it. Understand and feel deeply into my dream has come true. Understand that this may not necessarily only be about a romantic partner, but it may be about something you have romanticized that has actually come true in the present. Can you take time to psychologically dive and explore how grateful you are for this on this full moon in Leo? And that is going to ultimately empower you and your partner or your project in ways that are completely unimaginable. So don't miss this beautiful blessing, Aries, as you hit the thumbs up and the likes button and drop down a hugging emoji saying, I'm hugging this thing nice and tight because I love it so much. Taurus, on this full moon in Leo, there has been some occult revelations, things that have been hidden from you within your family's dynamic. And you're starting to understand, wow, there are certain habits that I have had programmed. There are certain things and comfort foods that I have had programmed. There are certain ways in which I am controlling over things in my life, whether they're people or other family members, that I have adopted. I have latched onto this image, this understanding, this emotional feeling. And I can now start to understand and come into full recognition of how have I been a little bit overbearing, a little bit controlling, and oversensitive to certain elements that have been a part of my upbringing. The full moon is saying, can you celebrate this level of control? Understand this is the type of control you have now over your own internal government. And that's what you're looking to govern. That's what you're looking to control, your own emotions, and realize how masterful you at it. Drop a heart emoji down below, Taurus. Gemini, this full moon in Leo is showing you that your dreams have been informing your social environment. And it's helping you understand how have you taken your courage and essentially tried to control something, but too much. Not allowing enough mutable space, which is what your energy is about. It's about changeability, about flexibility, adaptability. But where have you latched on to something obsessively in a way. Because Leo is that fixed energy, and it's shining light on how you have latched on to certain thoughts that you really love, you really care about, that need a little more space for the intuition, for the flow to bring you the abundance you've been seeking. Allow the flow, Leo. Drop the wind emoji saying, I'm allowing the flow in the chat below. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, Gemini. Cancer, there is an obsession of yours that has reached a culmination point, and it is literally time to celebrate your deep and intense focus, your deep and intense psychological exploration. Something that you once viewed as dangerous has come into form. It has come into the culmination point of celebration. Take this obsession that you've had. First thing, what has been my obsession? Okay, great. Now understand, how can you celebrate that now that you have it, now that it's present, now that you're aware about the fact that I don't need to keep pushing forward. I need to slow down, stop, and observe it and actually appreciate it and to love it. And when you do that, it's going to bring you a certain sense of harmony once you stop the chase and you really indulge in the presence. Celebrate, Cancer. Celebrate. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Leo, this full moon makes you the star. And the thing is, you're the star right now because you're projecting a lot less. You're understanding how have you been seeing outside of yourself, your charm, your abundance, your wealth. And now that you stop judging those things so critically, you're able to understand and see them within yourself now. And this is the grand celebration for you. This is the celebration saying, sound the alarms. It's my full moon. And I've become aware of my dreams. I've become aware of my attachments. I've become aware of my previous suffering that is now in the past. And I understand everything that I am today, that I am now. And in one more month from now, you will see what I'm saying today, and one more month more powerfully. So celebrate, Leo, by dropping some fireworks in the chat saying, I am worth the wealth that I saw in others. Virgo, 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 here's your major celebration on this full moon in Leo, okay? It is about understanding the suffering could just be let go. At any point in time, you could choose to manage, shift, and control your environment in a way that actually requires surrender by letting go of that thing, letting go of your connection to what you have been controlling, that you now realize, I don't have control over this element that I've been trying to control. And when you do that, Virgo, what you're going to understand is life, spirit, source has been knocking on your front door, doing its best to bless you. And this full moon in Leo is saying, now it's time to appreciate yourself for having the strength to do exactly that, to let go. On this full moon in Leo, I'll see you soon, Virgo. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button if you agree and you resonate. Okay, Libra, here's what's going on. You should be in the process of celebrating these new advancements, these new steps, these new promotions in your career, right? Like you went through a little bit of financial turmoil at a certain point. Like you had to pay for a couple things, but now you're realizing, oh, wait. Like, let me step out of, the aggressive masculine push, and let me see how can I take some of these impulses to continue to push forward and actually celebrate and actually realize and actually understand, oh, snap, like I've made these advancements in my professional life. I've made these advancements in my groups and associations. I've made these advancements in how I utilize my charm. And when you bring awareness and light to that, Libra, it's just a time to slow down and really bask in it and play, okay? Play with joy because you did what you were trying to do. Congratulations, Libra. Congratulations. Drop the sun sign emoji saying, I feel bright, I feel light, I feel brilliant. Scorpio. Remember when you used to use intense emotions to control other people? This Leo full moon is congratulating you and wants you to congratulate yourself because now you no longer use emotional intensity to hide your true insecurities, hurts, and pains, to control the environment and others around you. Instead, you're using that emotional intensity and you're pouring it into your career. You're pouring it into the things of your future. You're pouring it into a certain sense of commitment and purpose that matters more. And you're realizing, wow, this is what growth means. This is what it means to mature. This is what it means to pour into my baby, into my love, into what I really wanted to come true. And this is the time to congratulate yourself. All right, because you no longer use emotional overreactions. You see it, you witnessed it, you're looking at it from the past, and you're saying, look, I'm above and beyond this now. Thank you for what you've done for me. Here I am now. Thumbs up, Scorpio. Sagittarius, you're stepping into a very, very divine time on this Leo full moon. Okay, look, your intuition has always been elite. But here's the thing, there's a certain psychological exploration that you've been doing in the meanwhile that has revealed to you, here's how you use and utilize with power, with conviction, this elite level intuition. Here's how you do it more spontaneously. Here's how you do it with the right dose of impulsivity. Not too much, not too little. Here's how you reserve it and utilize it. Here's how you blast off and expand, Sagittarius, on time, in divine time. No longer trying to alter and manipulate it to your timeline, but embracing the flexibility that you have to walk the path, to burst with joy on the path. Celebrate that, Sagittarius. That's a massive development. You're not the savage people say you are. All right, Capricorn, we know you get money somehow, one way or another. We know you get that bank. We know you're wealthy, okay? Do you know you're wealthy? Do you understand that the ways in which you've learned to share with people who matter to you, people you care about, people you want to have a harmonious relationship with, people who may be benefiting from your wealth, from your abundance? It is time to actually understand that you've gotten better with that process. You've created more harmony with the resources that are being disseminated to the people you give it to. You're now energetically finding an exchange with these people. You're no longer feeling like they're just taking. You're starting to come into the full illumination on this Leo full moon of, yo, these people, these things that I have all my heart, love, and compassion for, now I'm giving it to the ones that deserve it. And that's the reason why you celebrate on this full moon. If you agree, drop a mountain below saying, yeah. Okay, Aquarius, you have strong ideals. We all know that, right? You're very convicted with, you know, what you are pursuing and what you deem important in your life. And a lot of times they stay very private. And this full moon is showing you, look, if you take some of these private obsessions of yours, you take some of these private sufferings that you have, and you start splitting them into two with your partner, with people who matter, and you realize, yo, look, I'm not here alone. I know I feel alone many times. I know I feel like the alien a lot. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of aliens out there, because I could see the reflection of my alien DNA in another. And if I can understand that I'm no longer the only one here on this planet, the only one who's wise, the only one who's intelligent, I can let go of controlling so much, thinking that it's only my responsibility to do so. It's not, baby girl. It's not, baby boy. And that's your full moon in Leo expression and truth. Thumbs up. All right, Pisces. People would love to believe that you're all peace, love, and light. And a lot of that is flat out true, because you're one of the most judgmental signs. I will say that over and over and over. But this full moon in Leo is actually showing you, where have your negative thoughts created certain emotions in forms of suffering that you don't really want to be a part of. It's not really a part of your non-judgmental, pure love and light narrative and story. It's a part of your irrational emotions that you have, that you go through. Like, you experience the gamut of them. Sometimes you go through waves, tidal waves of ups and downs, left and right, diagonals, in this world, out this world, X, Y, and Z. And those thoughts that you have, they do structure and shape your emotions. They send you through these waves. And right now, this full moon in Leo is saying, yo, can you celebrate your mastery over emotions, to observe them and not attach to them? That's your gift, Pisces, to stay non-judgmental. Love. Thumbs up.